When the first settlers landed in America, it was a vast, unexplored wilderness. Trails soon appeared, of course, and eventually became tracks or wagon roads during the westward expansion. And these finally developed into a system of highways with the coming of the automobile in the 20th century. But in just the past few decades, a new kind of road has begun to spread across the nation. It is called thruway, or parkway, or expressway, or freeway, but the names all mean the same thing. We shall call it freeway, but whatever the name, it is now a part of our way of life. Freeways are already proving invaluable, particularly around large population centers. But they do pose some special problems for the millions of drivers who use them. Freeways are designed for the high-speed movement of great numbers of automobiles, and when used properly are safer than ordinary surface streets, 2.5 times safer in fact. But the freeway is a new and different world, a world which requires a new and different kind of driving by those who use it. Motorists here are bound together by certain practical rules and courtesies necessary for mutual protection. And any individual who does not or will not recognize this is a menace to everyone. However, such drivers can usually be separated into certain types, which can be illustrated by a few rather extreme examples. This specimen we shall call Driverius timidicus, the timid driver, a shy and retiring fellow. Usually overcautious, he can be a definite menace because he does not adjust to freeway driving demands. For an example, observe the way he enters a freeway on which the traffic is heavy but moving well. Mr. T proceeds carefully along the entrance ramp, which of course he should do. Now he tries to keep one eye on the car ahead of him, and the other on his rear view mirror to look for oncoming traffic. But he doesn't really trust mirrors, and he finds it confusing anyway. So he slows down as he would at an ordinary street intersection and takes a good look. The spaces seem very small. So, again, as he would at an intersection, he stops to wait for a big opening. This often comes as a surprise to drivers behind him and can result in a sort of boxcar effect. Now, while Timidicus watches for that big opening, let's go back a moment and see what he should have done. With the entrance ramp clear ahead, he should have been picking up speed to begin to match that of cars in the traffic lanes. His rearview mirror, plus a quick glance back, would have covered any blind spots, and he could have made final speed adjustments in the merging or acceleration lane. Now, showing firm intention, he would need only a slight change in speed, faster or slower, to slip easily into a small space. Also, the driver behind is now able to be courteous and let him in. But getting back to Mr. T, he has increased his own problem enormously by stopping unnecessarily. To go from a full stop to freeway speed, say about 55 miles per hour, would require over 500 feet, roughly twice the length of a football field, before he can merge safely. And Mr. T must start at precisely the right instant, or the gap will close too quickly, and he will be in danger of a rear-end collision. The approaching driver will be forced to slow down. And this can mushroom into a chain reaction, causing the boxcar effect again, this time far down the line of traffic. But again, what about Timidicus, who at last finds himself on the freeway? High speed makes him nervous and apprehensive, so he drives slowly. If he keeps to the right and doesn't go too slow, this causes little real trouble. But all too often, he strays into the fast traffic lanes. Mr. T, convinced that people shouldn't drive so fast anyway, believes he is driving safely and has no idea that he may be creating a problem. But now, drivers behind him are forced to slow down quickly to avoid a collision, or rapidly change lanes, which causes others to slow down. This can result in the usual chain reaction and boxcar effect. And innocent drivers often pay because Mr. T does not adjust to the freeway.